Hey everyone, welcome back to Bachelor Happy Hour. I'm Joe.
And I'm Serena.
And we are here today with Cheryl v. You Got the First Date on the brand new season of The Golden Bachelor. Welcome to the podcast. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing good. A little, nervous here, but this adventure has been amazing, and I'm here. I'm happy to see everybody.
Let's talk about your nerves for a second. Do you think you're more nervous right now or when you stepped out of the limo? Oh, you didn't step out of a limo. You rode on a motorcycle. What were you more nervous for?
I was not nervous on the motorcycle.
Were you nervous?
I'll be honest with you, Joe.
Were you nervous when you approached Mel?
Yes, the handsome man, charming, handsome, masculine. Yes, I was very nervous once I got off the motorcycle.
Would you consider Mel to be your type if you have a type?
Oh, he's definitely my type. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. He's my type.
How would you describe your type?
My type of man, I love a masculine man. I do love a very exciting man, sweet, charming, funny, like a funny man. And so, yeah, I mean, he's beautiful. He's a beautiful man. What can I say? So, yeah, I was very nervous.
Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. So you live in Colorado?
I do. I grew up in Lakewood, Colorado. So I love the mountains, and I've been here most all of my life.
So how far is Lakewood from Denver?
So Lakewood's going to be about 24 miles west of Denver.
Okay.
Up by the mountains, up by Red Rocks. Matter of fact, it's called Green Mountain. They call it the Green Mountain. It's a little mountain that you'll see before you see those big mountains. And that's where I grew up, right up on top of Green Mountain.
Will you get elevation sickness when people go there for the first time? Like, is it that high up?
Yeah, if you're in the mountains, you will. Most people do just a little bit. But where I grew up isn't really that high. It might be 56,000. I don't know. We're at 5280 in Denver. So, yeah, and it was wonderful growing up on growing up on Green Mountain was amazing. It was nature. Of course, we used to play outside.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, I kind of like that would be. I would love to experience that. Like I would say something that I lack in my life is nature.
Yeah, we live in New York, so a little less nature.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. New York is beautiful. It really is. I've been there.
But no mountains.
No mountains.
No.
Okay, so let's talk about how did you get on the show?
That's a great question. Would I ever nominate myself for the show? It's my favorite show, but no. So my niece came out from Texas with my little sister. It's her daughter. Mm-hmm. And she's sitting, we go out for a little Greek dinner and had a martini, came back, and she's smiling at me. I'm like, Angelina, what are you looking at? Why are you smiling so big? She goes, never mind, Auntie. Just send me 4 pictures. Okay, I'm going to send you 4 pictures. I don't know what you're doing. 20 minutes later, she's on her phone. She says, Auntie? And I said, yes. And she goes, I just nominated you for the Golden Bachelor. I said, oh my gosh. Is that what you had the pictures for? She goes, yes. And you're going to make it. I go, oh my gosh. So it wasn't very long after that.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, how long till you got the call after that nomination?
I'm going to tell you, it was 2 to 3 days.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, it was. Wow. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm sitting with my mother. She's 93. And I'm like, Mom, somebody's calling on the Golden Bachelor. So it was the most exciting time, really. I didn't know what to expect. This is my favorite show, The Golden Bachelor, The Bachelor, with Trista. She lives in Vail. Oh my gosh.
So exciting.
Do you have a favorite season? Have you seen all of them?
I have seen all of them, but I know, Trista's was amazing because, of course, that was the first one. Of course, Joan and Chalk. Yeah, that was amazing. And Chalk was my favorite too. I do want to tell you. And Joan is an amazing woman. So I think the two of them make a beautiful couple, actually. So.
So once you get the call that you're going to be going on the Golden Bachelor, how are you feeling? What are your friends and family saying to you?
They're going screaming. They're just screaming. And they're like, we knew it. I'm like, how did you know it? Because I didn't know it. They're like, well, Cheryl, you're pretty exquisite. And, yeah, you just be you. And, I have a lot of energy. So they were so excited. My mother, she's still trying to grasp it.
Yeah.
She goes, what's his name, honey? Mal, mother. Who is he? So it's cute, but I have a loving family. I have a very close family, and they're all they're my best friends, and we all take care of each other, and so I'm very blessed with that.
What do you do for a living?
So I worked full time for the U.S. Treasury,
Oh, wow.
and I'm retired now. It wasn't easy, but I was happy to help people. And I'm also a caretaker of my mother that's 93. And it hasn't been easy and, hadn't had much time to date. And I always imagine having a lot of friends, especially beautiful women and, Mal. And so it's exciting to say the least. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to absorb it. Yeah.
So you roll up on a motorcycle, and let's talk a little bit about your racing background.
Yeah, you said like you have 40, 50 something trophies from motorcycle racing. Tell us about
that. Oh my goodness. So I have another niece that raced motocross as a pro, but she got in it as a novice. And we used to ride in the mountains, her and I, on these bicentennial bikes. In the mountains. These are full metal bikes. We take the headlight off, the tail light off, and we ride. And one day these guys go, man, you guys are fast. You're fast through those mountains. We're trying to keep up with you. And we took our helmets off. They're like, you're girls. Oh my gosh. So it went to our heads. So she bought a race bike, of course, the motocross race bike. And if you don't know motocross, those are those real loud bikes that they race. You see them all the time on the videos. It's a dangerous sport. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
It was healthy for me. She's like, Auntie, I'm racing and you got to race. I'm coming in first in the races. I know you can come in second.
Wait, so is this something that you started like not that long ago?
I was 32.
32.
Years old. Yeah.
Okay. So
I started at 32.
Like you weren't a teenager. You didn't like grow up
doing
this.
I wasn't a teenager. Most people say I started that when I was 6. I did that, but I quit when I was 14. I started at 32, guys, but it really helped me with just everything in life that comes together. Stress, of course.
Yeah.
It just helped me focus on just me. And it felt so good. We're like a family when we raced, all the people that race are family. So I started racing, and after 9.5 years, I did have 51 trophies. Of course, I don't have them all now, but I've given a lot away. My grandkids have some. So it was really fun. I loved it. And I still ride. I ride in the mountains, and I love riding.
What kind of bike do you have?
So right now I have what's called a Kawasaki 100, Joe. Okay. And what that is a smaller bike that I used to race, a 125 Yamaha.
Okay.
Very tall bike, but I was able to jump. So I like jumping.
Now, would you say that is now your hobby, or what do you do? Like, what is your release or your hobby to just something for you,
Of course, it is my hobby. Yeah. That's what I love to do. People say, what makes you do that? I mean, how do you even think about doing that? But it's second nature, and I love the mountains. I love to glamp, not camp. Too many bears in those mountains right now. There's like 3,000 bears in Colorado that met people. Yeah. So you definitely want to glamp, and,
That's so impressive to me. Like, I'm scared to get on a city bike with Joe and bike through like the streets of New York. So,
well, the streets of New York on a city bike are actually really hectic.
Yeah, different type of scary, but I don't know if I have the courage. I've done like ATVing through trails, and that's the closest I've ever gotten.
Yes.
Well, we took a It was a couple years ago, but we
Oh yeah.
we did this deal with Porsche, and we did like this Porsche excursion through British Columbia. But the guy leading the pack was a race car, was like an old French race car driver, and we were driving so fast, and we
was
almost
insane.
died. Like
No, yeah, we almost got hit by a truck.
Like I
He was
still-
like he was like
I'm sorry.
swerving in and out, like going into the other lane, trying to cut around cars
Yeah.
that like weren't going fast enough
I
for
get it.
him. And
I
I was
get
like,
it.
I support you, but like I'm not getting behind the wheel. Like I can't. We're not gonna make it out of British Columbia if I get behind the wheel.
I still have moments where I wake up and I'm like
You
a
see,
couple
like, the
times a year,
truck
I'm
coming
like,
towards
oh
us.
man, I forgot.
Oh,
when
I'm
we
sure.
almost died.
I am sure.
Neither
Oh
of us
my
are
gosh,
huge adrenaline
guys.
junkies, but
uh,
I find your story to be very impressive.
Thank
But
you.
back to your time on the show. Tell us about night one, your first impression of the mansion, the women, Mel.
Night one was amazing. I love night one. It was great. When I came in on my motocross bike, of course, that was not my motocross bike, but it was a motocross bike, and it worked, and it was a great size. Okay, so I walk in and I open the door. We're in the mansion. They take the motocross boots off me and put the heels on, and I'm going into a living room with the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. They look like porcelain dolls. And they're all smiling and they're welcoming me. And I felt the warmth of the mansion, really felt connected right away because we all have that similar personality, and they're hugging me and it felt so good because these are my sisters. They're going to travel through that journey with me. And I really felt good about it. I can't lie. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Anyone in particular that you hit it off with that you're like, oh, this person, we're going to be friends for a long time?
Oh man, I wish I could say one name.
Yeah.
There were just so many. There's so many.
What was your first conversation with Mel like, and did you feel an instant connection?
I felt nervous, but looking at him was amazing. He's just a big guy, NFL, right? So, my first husband was part of the NFL, but with a free agent. So he never really was on a team. He reminded me a lot of that. And, I was in love and he's a big guy and big hands. So it made me a little nervous. But after talking to him, he's so sweet and he's such a great listener. And he just kind of put me at ease and we kind of hit it off really well. It's like, he said one thing, I said the other. And yeah, I think it went great. I was thinking, yes.
We
That
actually
is
thought
amazing.
that you might get the first impression rose. Were you surprised when you didn't?
Yeah, no, I didn't know. I wasn't surprised because Jerry got the first impression rose. I call her Joy because she's such a joy to talk to. I was very grateful that she got it because we were talking about a sensitive subject and she was so happy. And so, we're all there for Mel.
Yeah.
So I realized he's going to be, looking at other girls and wanting to get to know everybody.
Yeah. How are you taking that in, or are you at this point, night one, are you even thinking about the fact that like you are about to make friends with women who are going for the same man that you're going for?
It's odd. It is
Yeah.
different. It's like, I wish you could just have, 23 wives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
Do you?
that's a show.
yeah.
That's a
No,
different show.
that could be that's another show. Okay. So basically I knew that these girls are all powerhouses, right? They are, and they're beautiful, beautiful. And so they were teaching me a lot, and I knew that they all had a fair chance as well as me. And so I kind of like, if I see that, of course, we're seeing a lot of different one-on-ones and, little chit chats here and there. Yeah, it was a little nerving because I thought, I want him to be my guy. So, yeah.
Well, you didn't get the first impression rose, but you do make it through night one, and we see that you
Yes.
get the very first one-on-one date of the season. How did you feel getting that date?
That was amazing. I had to look at that card twice and read the letters because I'm like, that is me. That's me. So I was really excited that he felt maybe the chemistry I was feeling. And I was like, yes, this is wonderful. I was just like, the girls were kind of disappeared now. And so I was so excited. I didn't know exactly what it was going to be all about. I just knew that I got this first date and I was going to see Mel. And I never would have imagined how.
And how did in from your point of view, how did the date go?
The date went amazing. I saw him, walking out. I had somebody help me with the girls, help me with a few things.
Yeah, we see you do all the shopping with the dresses and the jewelry, and you have all your try on. It was giving very like 90s makeover movie moment.
Oh my gosh, it was incredible. And I didn't realize these were all gifts for me. And even the girls that I chose were gifts to me. Those are the girls that came to mind, and they are amazing girls. Oh my gosh.
They were your hype squad for sure.
Yeah, they were. I was so grateful. When I was young, I had an older sister, of course, right? So she always wanted to dress me. And she's like, come to my house, Cher, because you look good in this outfit. And she dressed me when we went out, discos. And she go, yeah, you look good in this. And she knew how to dress me. And I just kind of liked that. So here I am with these beautiful gowns, right? Coming from Italy and New York. I was overwhelmed. I did get emotional.
Yeah, we saw you get
I'll
emotional.
admit. Yeah, and I needed my sister Rachel. I needed my sister. So
was that happy emotion? Was that sad emotion?
No, as happy as can be. So when I'm really happy, sometimes I'll just get really emotional, right? And I get that way. Some people do. I'm one of those girls.
Yeah. Was it just overwhelming? And you're thinking of your sister and all these beautiful dresses. What was the emotion that you were feeling?
I just felt like I was a princess. I was in a storybook, and this couldn't be happening to me. And it did. I'm so grateful for the girls.
So we see on your one-on-one date, we see you open up to Mel about your past, and it's a pretty traumatic story you told about the birth of your child and your husband leaving. We don't have to talk about it if you're not comfortable, or do you want to elaborate a little bit on that? Or, feel free.
It was such an emotional thing. I'd rather not elaborate on it.
Okay.
So, but all in all, it ended up to be a beautiful story with my son. So son and his dad, and thank God, right? And forgiveness is the story, is the highlight of that story.
How did it feel opening up to Mel about something so personal, and how do you feel like he responded and received your story?
He's such a good listener. I felt he really felt my emotions, and he listened very well. And I felt comforted. I felt comfortable. And I felt like he was, a good listener again. And I felt pretty secure telling him the story, even though I was emotional. So all in all, I'm glad I did. And again, that night was amazing. It was beautiful.
So you're a fan of the show. The way the show at least works to an extent. You're not brand new to it. After your date with Mel, like, where do you think you're sitting in the leaderboard? For a lack of better term.
Yeah, good question. I feel like after that date, I might have had a shoe in. I felt good. I felt, yes, this is amazing. I got the first one-on-one. Woo, that's a big gold star.
And then where do you hope that it goes from here?
So after that date that night, I felt like if I wasn't sitting next to Mel, that he still felt that chemistry with me. Yeah. And because I know I felt it with him, and I wanted to get to know more about him. So I was hoping to get, more time with him.
Going into later in this week's episodes, we see that Mel comes by for a pool party with all of the girls. How do you feel like the pool party went? I would imagine after having this undivided one-on-one date that was amazing, there was fireworks. Was it hard to see him interact with the other girls and kind of go back to sharing that his time?
It was. All the girls came out, beautiful swimsuits, bikinis, one piece. But yeah, it was hard because we all jumped in and, it was whether you jumped in the pool or not, you got to hold on to him. And I was able to approach him a little bit, but the girls were moving in like sharks. I'll be honest with you, kind of turned him around and laid a nice big one on him. It wasn't me.
Yeah, no, we saw it, Nicole.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? Do you have an issue with that? Like, I know some women on the episode voiced their opinion and did have a problem with it, but is that something that bothers you?
No, that's not bothering me at this point. Yeah, no, it's not bothering me. I think all of us girls like to kiss, so good for Nicole. I wish I would have snuck more kisses.
Yeah, I actually agree with you. I do. I think it's kind of like, it's fair game. You're all kind of competing, and why hold back?
Totally. But I could also understand why it was a little uncomfortable for people too.
Yeah.
How did your conversation with Mel go at the pool party? Did you get a chance to talk to him?
I don't believe I did. I'm trying to think if I had. I mean, there's a lot of girls, right? 23, and I don't recall that I talked to him. I saw him get in the pool, get out of the pool. He jumped in the pool, but just like, wow. I was amazed. He's beautiful, beautiful body. Takes good care of himself. I know that. And
we see at the rose ceremony 4 ladies get sent home. How did it feel seeing some of your friends sent home, and were you surprised by any of it?
I was very surprised. Those girls were beautiful, and I would have imagined quite all of them would have made it further. That was sad, because you're bonding with the girls that first night. And of course, the next day, I think I did get my one-on-one. And so I was kind of, on my own. So yeah, it was sad. I don't like to see anybody going. He really did. I don't know what he was thinking, to tell you the truth. But
yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, he's got to send people home. So
yeah, he made some decisions, right?
Yeah,
he made decisions for himself, and that took a lot for him. I'm sure it was hard for him.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pivot away from the show from a sec, just a little more background before you went on the show. What was dating life like for you? Were you dating at all?
Not too much.
No.
Yeah. When you date, the guys want to get to know you, and I'm working full time. I'm a caretaker for my mother. She basically, it's hard. And when you say you're a caretaker, I think these people are going to ghost. But it's a good thing because I really didn't have time for a relationship. I did meet a couple of really amazing guys, but like I say, it just wasn't my time.
Yeah. What does your son think about all of this?
He is loving it. He is so supportive
that's amazing.
of me. And he's right there with me and gives me a lot of just confidence and just a lot of help with it, because it's a lot for me.
When you went on, or even during the show, did you at all consider that you and Mel live in different cities and what that would look like?
Yeah, I did. I got to thinking about that, and I said, wow, if I would be willing to move to LA, of course. I have other family members, of course, for my mother, and I was open to whatever situation transpired.
Got it.
And going into this season airing, and we've only seen the first 2 episodes, what are you most excited about?
So I'm nervous, because it was emotional for me, a lot of it, but I am so excited to see how that just played out. Is that fairy tale, that opening the book, the first page.
Yeah.
And seeing myself, I'm very excited. I can't wait to see it on the big screen and watch what he says. And there's so many things I'm curious about, and watching the other girls on their dates and what he says to them. And
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. Yeah.
If you could tease the rest of the season for us without spoiling it, how would you describe it?
Wait and see. It's a wild ride.
Ooh,
Okay.
I love it. All right. Well,
Okay.
thank you so much, Cheryl, for coming on the podcast today. Is there anything else you want to say before we let you go?
I want to say thank you, Joe and Serena, everybody here, Bachelor Nation. I love you all. Thank you for watching. We'll see how
course.
this works out.
We
Good
will.
seeing you guys.
Thank you, Cheryl. And to all our listeners, make sure you download and subscribe to the podcast.
We have recaps and interviews for you every single week. Thanks for listening. Bye.